Today we're going to do the word grader assignment, Runners at Heart. To get started, you're going to go to your My IT Labs, sign in, go to Course Materials, and from here we have to download the files that we're going to start this assignment with. Now we're going to have 3 files here. Each one of them are different, and whenever you do one of these assignments, you start out with not a blank file. They're going to give you, in this case, they're Word files that we start with. In other cases, they'll be PowerPoint or Excel or Access. So I'm going to download all the files, and then I'm going to close and return to course. And then we can minimize this window and minimize the browser that we're using. Here's my starting materials right here on the desktop. And so if you have a Windows machine, you right click and go extract all. It's going to ask you where do you want to put them, and it's actually going to put them in the same folder, and in this case it's on my desktop in a folder by the same name. If you have a Mac, you're going to have to use Stuff It to extract them. Okay, now from here there's 3 files in here. You can see that it's opened. Here's the instructions. I'm going to move that over here. Now here are the instructions, and the instructions tell us what to do step by step. So I'm going to keep this open and you can follow along with this. And our first instruction here is download and open the file named exploring_w1_grader_h2.docs. And then we're going to save it, and we're going to use this file name. So I'm just going to copy this file name. So we got to open this other file here, and it's this file. It's the one we got to open. Then we want to go File, Save As, and I'm going to save it right into the same folder that I was on my computer, because you're going to have to find this file and re-upload it. And then I'm going to save it using the name right here, like it said in the instructions, Save As, and now I've completed step 1. Now I go to step 2. Move the insertion point to the end of the document and press enter, and that's worth 5 points. Okay, so the insertion point is wherever when you start typing the text goes, that's the insertion point. So right here I'm going to put it at the end of the document. I'm right now after the period which follows the word fatigue, and I'm going to hit enter. That was step 2. Step 3 is in the new blank paragraph, insert the text from the downloaded file on exploring_w1_grader_h2_tips.docs, which is a list of running tips provided by another club, and capitalize the headings as follows, and that's worth 12 points. So to do that, I already hit enter, and so now I'm in a new paragraph, and I'm going to go to the Insert tab on the ribbon. Then I'm going to go over here to where it says Object and drop it down, and we're going to go Text from File. Now we're going to look for a file, and the file we're going to look for is the starting materials file that we got. And here's the file right here, tips. And I'm just going to hit insert, and it appends the text from the second document onto the first document. Okay, so there it is. Now the rest of that instruction was we had to capitalize with train with others, so it's got to be the O has got to be capital and the W is small. So let's go and look at those. Train with others. The O needs to be capital O. Do your research. Let's take a look at how these are set up. Do your research, all capital letters. So there's another way to do this. You can highlight this. We can go back to our home tab, and I can drop down this arrow right here, and I'm going to go to capitalize each word, and that capitalized each one. And then the rest, what to wear and prepare mentally. Rest, what to wear, capital W, and prepare mentally, M. And I save after every step so we don't lose anything. Next instruction, insert a hard term before each heading, beginning with choose a plan and ending with prepare mentally, to increase the space between them, 9 points. And so for the last one we got 12 points. And this is important because when you get to the end, when you see your score, then I'll show you how to look and see which one you missed, and you can go back to do them. So we got to go to the beginning of each paragraph, beginning with beginning of each paragraph with choose a plan, right? So I'm going to put the insertion point right before the paragraph and hit enter, and that increases the space between them. And I'm just hitting the enter key. Okay, and I'm going to hit save, and when I save I use Control S. You can also go File Save, but I do Control S. Now we got to move to the bottom of the first page, and note that rest heading displays alone at the bottom of the page. We're going to insert a manual page break before the rest heading. So there's two ways to do this. Both are correct. I'm going to show you how it is. See how this heading is right here? I'm going to get before it, and I want to go to the Insert tab, and I can click Page Break, or I can hit Control G. So you see it drop down to the next page. I'm going to undo that, and I can go here, and I'm going to go Control Enter. Same thing. Either one of those is correct. Now I just kept that whole paragraph together. It looks much neater, more professional. And that was worth 9 points. Now we have to identify the synonyms for the word regimen in the Choose a Plan section and replace regimen with routine. Okay. And which section was it in? Choose a Plan? Yes. Okay. So in Choose a Plan, here's the word regimen. Now there's two ways to identify a synonym. Now I'm going to show you both ways. So right now I've highlighted the word regimen, and I'm going to get over the word, and I'm going to right click. And if I go down here, it says synonyms, and I want to replace it with a word routine. And if I just click there, it'll fill the word routine in. Okay, see? Now I'm going to undo that. And the other way, you can go to Review, Thesaurus. Okay, so we highlight the word regimen, and we click Thesaurus, and right next to the word routine there's a little arrow, and you can insert or copy it. So I'm going to insert it right there, right? And so those are the two ways we can do that. Okay, now the next step is we got to run a spell check and replace 2 of the spelling errors, and this is going to get us 8 points. And the last step got us 9. So there's again 2 ways we can do the spell check. So you can see the words that are underlined. It tells us to ignore the word dry fit, which doesn't show up. So we can either right click in the word and replace with group, or if I go up here and again on the review tab I'm going to go to spelling and grammar, it picks up on difference and then it has it over here, and I'm going to say change, and then I'm done. Spelling grammar check is complete. Next step, insert plain number 1 page number, plain number 1 page number footer at the bottom of the page, and this is worth 10 points. Now if you're using a Mac, you're going to have to skip this step and save this file to a jump drive or email it to yourself and do it on a PC, for example in the library or a friend's PC. Because even though you can do this with the insert page plain number 1 page footer at the bottom of the page on a Mac, for some reason the grader marks it wrong. So just save it and do it at the library or wherever. So you go to the insert tab, we're going to go to footer, we're going to page number, bottom of page, plain number 1. Okay, so under the insert menu, under the page number, we're going to pick bottom of page, plain number 1, and that's what we want, and there it is. Now we got to close header and footer, and we're done with that step. Remember, the Mac users can't do this. Step number 9, we're going to select the hyphen, and remember to select just the hyphen between the words long distance and the paragraph training tips for a half marathon. Okay, so we're going to go to training tips for a half marathon, and here's the hyphen right here, and we want to replace it with a non-breaking hyphen. So this is a breaking hyphen. What that means is the hyphen's there and the next part of the word, which is distance, is gone down to the next line because the whole word altogether is wrong, too long. But we don't want that. We want it to stay together. It looks more proper. So I've highlighted it and I'm going to replace it. So I'm going to tell you 2 ways to do this as well. I'm going to go to insert, symbol, more symbols, special characters, and here's non-breaking hyphen right here. And you can also do this by holding down the Control Shift and hitting the hyphen key. Okay, and watch what happens. I'm going to go to insert, close, and now you can see the words here all in one together, right? Where before it wasn't like that. Okay. Now we're going to have to insert a trademark symbol immediately after the words Nike Dry Fit, but before the period in the what to wear paragraph. And I'm going to show you 2 ways to do this as well. So we got to find the what to wear paragraph. Here it is right here, and right here we want to insert a trademark symbol. 2 ways to do this. The easy way, we're going to type an opening parenthesis, the letters TM, and a closing parenthesis. And notice that turned immediately into the trademark symbol. Okay, that's the easy way to do it. The other way to do it again is this. Whoop. Insert, symbol, more symbols. In here you got to find the standard let's cancel this and get on some of the text. We're going to go to insert, more symbols, normal text, right, and then we're going to find the trademark character in here. So where's the trademark character? Here it is right here. And you go insert. Just click insert and it sticks it in there, okay? So again, either way works. Okay, so we've done that. Now we've got to insert a custom watermark with the text Runners at Heart. The watermark should be diagonal and colored red. The semi-transparent setting should be selected. Do not deselect it. That's worth 12 points. Okay, so for this one also is one that the Mac users, you're going to have to skip this step and do it on a library computer. It's got to be done on a PC. You can, in fact, do this exact step on your Mac, but it will be marked wrong. So you might as well save it and just do these 2 steps on a library PC. Okay? Alright, so we're going to go back to the form here, and we're going to insert a custom watermark. Now, before I go any further, you shouldn't really do this on another person in this class's PC or anybody who's taking CS 102 or 101. Because if you mix up files and upload the other file, it's going to tag you as an integrity error. Okay? And we don't want that. So now we got to go to Design. We're going to go down here to Watermark, and we're going to do the drop down arrow, and we're going to do Custom Watermark. And this text box will open, and we're going to say Text Watermark, and we're going to type the words Runners at Heart. And we want the color to be red and semi-transparent and diagonal. And then we're going to apply and say OK and close. And there it is. OK. Again, you want to hit save. Now we got to open the document panel and replace the current author with Monica 2 TEW in the comment section. Type tips for a half marathon and then close the document panel. So the document panel on a Mac, now you can do this step on a Mac, but it's done differently. So I'm telling you how to do it on the Mac first. On the Mac, you're going to go to File, Options, and then you're going to get to the Properties panel that way. On a PC, we're going to do it like this. We're going to go to File, and over here under Properties, we're going to, the first choice we get is Show Document Panel. And when this opens up, and it will open up in a second here, here's a document panel right here, and I want to change the author to Monica 2. And then under the comments, we want to say Runners at Heart. And you can Control S, save it, close this. And if you're curious, you can just go over here to the File section again, and you'll see right here the author is Monica 2. And under comments, it's got Runners at Heart. Okay, so we're going to save this, and I'm going to close it. And then close this. Now we want to get back into this window here where we downloaded the document from, and now we got to upload it back up to this course. So we're going to hit Upload. We have to browse to the file, and it's in a file called Starting Materials. There it is, and it says last and first, and we're going to say Open, and we're going to upload. Please wait while the selected file is being uploaded. It's done. Now we have to click Finish and Submit for grading, and so I'll do that. Now we're going to return to course. Now I've already has me down for having all 3 of these, and I passed it. It says I got a 91. But if you wonder what your submission is, in here I'll show you how to see what your submission was. So we're going to go to here, View Submissions. So if you didn't get a 91 or a 100, you can look and see. So the one I just did now was a 79. So hey, I missed doing a few things. Let's look at that. So now it tells you each step and what you missed. So on the Insert a Hard Return, paragraphs, I probably incorrectly did this step right here, where you move the heading rest, which I actually did do. Maybe I undid it and then I forgot to redo it when I was showing you the two different ways to do it. And I also probably didn't save it when I did the document panel. Okay. So now I can go back and resubmit this. You can do this one 3 times, and you can redo the ones you missed. You can also download your submission with live comments, and here it is here. This is what it looks like. And it'll tell you the steps that you missed. Actually, I think I set my comments to Monica 2 and tips for a half marathon actually in the instructions section of the I was going back and forth between the instructions and the homework, and I didn't go back when I did the file. I did it in the instructions file. Okay, and then 2 elements are commented in place. So if we scroll down, we'll see a comment. Here's one right here. And this, let me 1.25 points are deducted because text was not set to blank. When I inserted a page break, it wasn't an empty page break. There must have been something in there, and this one up here is same thing. Page break wasn't inserted correctly. So you can do a couple of you can do this 3 times. Okay. All right. Well, good luck.